Power Rangers Battle at Hasbro City is one of the most unique sets of bumper cars in the world. Half the cars spin, and half of them more importantly flip. This adds an all-new twist, quite literally, to a classic ride. But just how easy are these to control? I will discuss that in a review. A few years ago, Amusement Products unveiled the Flip Zone bumper cars. Users could drive cars and collide in each other as before, but the riders were also able to invert. Riders are placed in an elevated gyroscope. This company also offers a hybrid arena combining their Spin Zone cars, which as the name suggests spin, and their Flip Zone cars as well. These cars have primarily popped up at family entertainment centers. The most notable addition was probably Invader Zim's Flip and Spin of Doom at New Jersey's Nickelodeon universe. This ride was barely ever opened due to technical issues, and it has since been removed. You can see parts for the ride back behind Shellraiser. The first time I encountered a functional version of this ride was at Hasbro City. This is an indoor theme park in the Paseo Interlomas shopping mall in the greater Mexico City area, and this was a hybrid model. This is the first ride you'll encounter at the park, as it's located just at the end of the garden walk, and it is an eye-catcher. The arena is intentionally kept dark. The area is illuminated by multicolored lights emanating from the vehicles and ceiling. It gives the ride a futuristic sci-fi feel, which is perfect for a ride themed to the Power Rangers. You won't really find any references to the franchise though, outside of the ride's logo. But the ride is mesmerizing to watch between the lighting and motion of the vehicles at least. The arena is not too big, but it's big enough. But off-ride, the mirrors along the wall give it more depth and make it appear larger than it is. The arena features roughly a half dozen flipping cars and a half dozen spinning cars. Seating is on a first-come basis. When I was there, I didn't ever have to wait more than a cycle, but the operators do allow you to wait an extra cycle if the car you want is already taken, which is much appreciated because this park is pay per ride. The restraints are straightforward for the spinning cars. It is a single seatbelt. The restraints are understandably far more complex than the flipping cars. First, there's a lap belt. Then there's an over-the-shoulder harness. Then you have two additional seatbelts. One goes in between your legs from the bottom of the harness. The other is an additional seatbelt over the top of the harness to secure it. It's not painful, but there are just a lot of steps getting situated in the ride. The cars themselves are not super fast, nor do they hit particularly hard. It's the gimmicky motion that makes the experience memorable. The spinning cars are fairly easy to control, which is not too surprising since we've seen this design on other bumper cars. There are two levers. Push both forwards to go forward, push both backwards to go backwards, and use one at a time to go left or right. The flipping cars took a few rides to get the technique down. You have a joystick to control the directional motion of the car. Then there's a second lever to control the flipping of your gyroscope. You can either flip continuously, or you can stall yourself, whether it be right side up or upside down. The continuous flips are not too fast, so they give some hang time over the top. The key thing when it comes to controlling these is that the directions apply to your resting position. So if you're inverted facing backwards, everything will be reversed. It's pretty trippy driving while inverted, but it was a pretty cool sensation once the controls clicked for me. And it's quite disorienting getting hit while in that position. It really throws off your equilibrium. I think the most confusing part of the experience is how some spins and flips are automatically triggered. There are these targets on the base of each car. If you hit these, the opposing car is supposed to perform a full spin or flip against their will. I say supposed to because it didn't always trigger. Then there are other points in the ride where all the vehicles will randomly spin or flip in unison. I didn't mind getting the extra flip, but I was just confused why it would trigger at certain points. When this happens, it more or less overrides all your other controls, so you just have to ride it out while it happens. I thought the overall ride duration was acceptable, but in the flipping cars, you'll likely need at least 2 rides to fully grasp everything the cars can do. As a result, I enjoyed my re-rides far more. So, what would I rate this attraction? I would give Power Rangers Battle a 7 out of 10. I really like the concept. The flipping cars add in a whole new dynamic to the familiar bumper car experience. It basically transforms the ride into an inverting thrill ride while still giving you the ability to ram others. Getting to collide with some cars in odd orientations really made this ride stand out for me. I think the biggest cons with this ride are the controls having a learning curve and the automatic motions being finicky, but I did enjoy the experience and would love to see these cars come to more parks. I definitely would take them over your standard set of cars. So those are my thoughts on Power Rangers Battle at Hasbro City. What are your thoughts on this ride? Have you been on this installation? Or have you been on Flip Zone cars elsewhere? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.